history, secrets to keep. Late night with the Garage Gamer, where the fun never ends, where the fun. With Chris, Eric, Nathan, and Travis, they're your gaming friends. Chris from a Soul Jackson's Media Grounds, movie reviews and gaming sounds. Eric the Professor, knowledge so deep, gaming history, secrets he keeps. Late night with the Garage Gamer, where the fun never ends, where the fun. With Chris, Eric, Nathan, and Travis, they're your gaming friends. Nathan the 8-bit legend, old school cool, retro games, he's the rule. Travis the PC master, tech so fine, building rigs, crossing the line. Late night with the Garage Gamer, where the fun never ends, where the fun. With Chris, Eric, Nathan, and Travis, they're your gaming friends. So grab your snacks and settle in. The Garage Gamer show is about to begin. Late night with the Garage Gamer. Let the game...
What up? What up? Hopefully the soundboard's working today. Let's go. J-Rod is in the house. What's up, buddy? And also Meatball Saucy. How you doing, my friends? This is Late Night Live, episode 56. And I think we should have some interesting topics tonight. Oh, we just lost Travis. Oh, man. Happy weekend to J-Rod. Yeah. What was I going to say? I just lost it. Ace of Jack's Media Grounds. Chris, how you doing, bro? You got a little haircut?
Good. Yep. I went and found a barber who used a protractor and some writing utensils to kind of shape it out. I thought at one point he was going to light my hair on fire and do some other weird things, but hey, you get what you pay for. It was a fun experience.
Oh, God, please, no!
I don't know if Travis is safe. I mean,
my camera keeps doing the stop motion thing.
You're throwing light switch raves over there.
There I am. Yeah, it's odd. It's something to do with the app is glitchy again.
It kind of makes you like mysterious a little bit, so maybe just go with it.
I think so. I'm coming from the void.
Yeah.
Blink if you're safe.
We don't know.
Chris, did you play any games last week?
I played There Is No Game.
Only Zoo.
What'd you say? What?
There is no game.
There is no game?
Yeah, that's the name of the game that I played was There Is No Game.
There's no game? Okay.
There is no game. Yeah. So.
All right, I guess that's the end of the show.
Yeah. And I went and saw Steven Soderbergh's new movie, Presence. That's an interesting one.
Yeah, meatball sauce. We don't. Yeah, we won't bring that up. I mean, come on. We don't care where you're at as long as you made it on. It's all good.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, I didn't really get around to playing a whole lot of games this week.
Wow.
So.
But you're the movie guy, so hey, at least we have you for that.
I'll be right.
Okay, sounds good.
We'll miss you.
I watched a little TV this week, so we can talk about some of that later. Eric.
Hello, friends.
The PC Master. Are you the PC Master? Or
No,
that's Travis.
Yeah.
I get confused.
I'm just a dude, man.
Just the dude.
A dude, not even the dude.
How are you? Did you play any Balatro or anything else?
I didn't get a chance to play too many games this week, so just Balatro,
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool kids don't do white brick. Okay. There he is.
I think I got it fixed.
Yeah.
Gotta get rid of that background.
Location.
hmm There's a big difference between peeing in the pool and peeing into the pool.
Soundboard, where is it? I'm waiting for it.
There it was.
All right. 8-bit gaming legend, Dathan. What's up, man?
Oh, just another week older. My body hurts. I'm tired. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yep. I created a specific new channel on the Discord for you old guys. It's called
saw that.
Retro Gaming.
I saw that. Thank you. My
So-
back hurts just being there, but thank you.
Oh. Yep. Dathan, did you play any games last week?
No, I didn't have a whole lot of time. I was busy doing 10 million other things, and I couldn't get past thing 5. It felt like all week. I think I busted out maybe like an hour of NWC on Monday just to see what the new stuff was, and honestly, that was probably pretty much it. Try to dabble in a few other when I had a little bit of time on the portal, but I was gonna play some Star Wars Outlaws. I'm playing that on the portal is just not very fun with the controls. That's an older game. But game wise, that was pretty much it. Not a whole lot.
Okay. But you did go to a convention last week, and we'll talk about that in a second if that's good with you.
That is totally fine with me.
Okay. Hopefully you didn't get into too much trouble.
No. Well, no. It was okay. It was okay.
Travis.
Hey, what's up?
Maybe you're the PC master. What's going on?
Let's see. Well, yeah, I paid attention to a lot of PC news, including enjoy the Ubisoft games while you can. But I guess that's everybody's news. Yeah, keep trying to get into Assassin's Creed Mirage, and it's just not grabbing me yet. So I'm gonna really give it a go tonight. I think I just have to get past the little tutorial area, and then it should grab.
Okay. Yeah. Get your money's worth out of it.
Yeah. Well, I bought it wasn't that one that was $14, I think? So,
Blatro? Yeah.
I did play Blatro, yeah. No, but I think the Assassin's Creed Mirage, I don't know, Dathan, no, you didn't buy it at that point. I don't remember what it was when I got it on sale, but I think it was around like $14, $15 or somewhere around there, maybe 20.
No, I didn't buy it at their
At sale.
4 days after it goes on, or 4 days after it comes out sale. I didn't do that.
Yeah. Maybe that's what they can do to stop themselves from going bankrupt is, quit putting everything on a fire sale 3 days after release.
Right.
Yeah, it's probably. I feel like the people at Ubisoft, like there's some really good programmers there, and some people do really good work, but maybe the management is the problem. So,
They've had a long run of it, though.
They did. Dathan, let's talk about what you did last weekend. So
Let's do that.
So what did you get here? So
that
send me some
is-
pictures.
That is the PlayStation 5 limited edition side plate.
Nice.
And then I got it signed by the guy that voices Spider-Man on the bottom. I already got the guy that did Miles Morales last year. But yeah, he was there and he signed it, and that was that.
Did he have a mask on? Because I've never seen his real face.
He did have a mask on.
Yeah, that guy
Yeah.
always has a COVID mask on.
He
It's like-
did. A lot of the people there.
Yeah, not a Spider-Man mask. That was-
No,
I
it
thought
wasn't.
you were talking Spider-Man mask.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be a lot
No.
cooler than that.
Yeah.
It wasn't Spider-Man. It was just a regular COVID. He was very very nice guy. And
Oh
I-
yeah. And there's guys like that at my work too. Like I've never seen their real face, but like I recognize his eyes.
Yeah, we were talking about the convention and stuff, and that how I had multiple opportunities to meet
Denise Richards.
Tony Todd, but unfortunately he's no longer with us, and so I didn't get a chance to meet him. So, man, that is the absolute worst timing to throw away that drum solo in there when I'm talking about Tony Todd, who's an absolute legend.
Yeah, sorry. I was a
Yeah.
little late on the.
Rest in peace, Rimshot.
I need to sign that to a hotkey. I wasn't ready.
But yeah, that was pretty good. I wasn't too fond of the price, how much they were charging for it. But I mean, he is gonna be at Game On Expo down in Phoenix.
Cool.
But I didn't want to travel with this and have to package it up and everything. So it was good just to get it signed here and done, and so that made it a little bit easier to go through.
How much was it to get it signed by him?
$100.
Wow.
$100. It was $80 to get his signature. 20. I'm not celebrating that. $20. $20 for him to put the quote on there. So it was $100.
Stop spending your money on stupid shit.
Did you have this plate on your PS5? You had to take it off, or did you just like?
So I
I know you have the new one, right? Probably.
I didn't get the new the whole console thing with the controller and all that stuff. I was lucky enough to find this at Best Buy, and I had to pay the regulars. I think it was $60 for the side plate set.
Okay.
So I didn't get the whole console and all that stuff, but I did get, I think, 2 controllers, and I got the side plates.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I just got the plates and I got the controller.
How many side plates do they have as optional accessories?
Oh, there's quite a few. You can go
That's
to
cool.
On the PlayStation, the Sony Direct website. They've got, I think maybe 10 different colors that you can get. You can get a matte black color and all these different ones, and they have metallic. I think they have 3 metallic ones now. But I think with the game specific ones, I think Spider-Man was the only one. I think.
Well, that's cool.
You know, you go to these conventions and you'll let's see. I think, well, you got pictures of like here of all the controllers that do custom stuff. I'm surprised no one does more of the custom plates for the PS5.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I've pretty much that is a good point. I've only seen really the controllers.
Maybe they can't get. Maybe the plates are too expensive for them or something.
I don't know. I think I'd want to. I think decorating the the appliance, right? That's cooler than just something that then goes. The controller is out when you're playing, and then your hands are all over it. But the complaint that people often get is that they don't like the look of a console. Well, allowing you to be able to customize it like they have, you'd think that there'd be a pretty big demand for that, right? So that when it's sitting there in your living room, you can make it your own.
There's a lot of companies that make skins for controllers and for the side plates. I mean, you could pretty much, there's anything that you could really think of to put on a sticker to put on there. And it does look pretty cool. I mean, but it's not painted on there or whatever. And all these controllers in this picture, they hand paint all of them, and they put a clear coat over top of it so it doesn't fade or anything like that.
Right. No, that's cool.
They have lifetime warranties and all that stuff.
That's cool, man.
Did they have a Transformers one for you?
They did not. They did have an Alien one that I think I sent a picture directly.
Yeah, where is that? Here we go.
I thought it was pretty cool. But no, they had I think a few Marvel ones. What is the Fallout? What's that? The character's name? I don't know. But they had a lot. Yeah, they had a lot of Fallout.
Was this the same guy that was at Seattle?
No, it was not. That is the guy that I'm hoping to see in Seattle when I go to Emerald City.
Okay.
hoping to. But this is a different company. This is the same company that I saw that was in New York. They go all over the country.
Meatball Saucy says we are in an age where hiding the console is a thing. Well, Meatball, in like probably a couple months, there will be no console at all. So it's like this guy's going to be out of business. So he's got to get his money while he can.
There will be controllers, just not
maybe
consoles.
you control it with your mind
your
or
hands?
something. I don't. Yeah, they'll gaming companies will figure out a way so they don't have to pay these guys. They'll figure it out.
PlayStation 9. Anybody remember the PlayStation 9 commercial back in the day?
I do remember it. I don't remember it exactly. I remember it being a thing that was predicting what it would be like in the future, right?
Yeah, it had something like control, like spores that would release into your brain. You could control the game with.
Yeah.
All right, Dathan, what's this one?
So my wife and I got this picture. I think it's Rose City in 2015, I want to say 2015. And we've slowly met all the people that have been on the cast, except what's her name in the bottom right? She canceled day of, so she didn't even show up.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask what show is this?
It's the Flash.
Flash.
The WB show or the one
the CW?
I remember the Flash, the one that was on in the 80s.
Yeah, I thought that was early 90s, but yeah.
Or maybe whatever it was, yeah.
Yeah, this was the CW, like the Arrowverse Flash with like the Supergirl and all those. But yeah, we met all the people except we didn't get to meet what's her name on the bottom right, and then the guy in the middle who does Law and Order. So he doesn't do conventions, from what I was told. Very, very seldom does he ever make appearances. So,
and no Denise Richards on that one.
No, Denise Richards did not make an appearance.
So whose autograph did you get this time?
Tom Cavanaugh, who's on the upper right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He's a very nice guy. We talked with him probably 7 or 8 minutes. So that was kind of nice. Was
that over $100 to get his autograph?
No, his was like $51, I think it was, with fees.
Okay,
so it wasn't too bad.
I remember once.
I didn't spend any other money there. That was it.
That was it.
That was it. Was not a whole lot else.
When you're talking about like the missing autograph and you hand this over to a cast member, to sign or whatnot, I'm reminded of this time I was backstage at this concert and I had the CD booklet and I was having the band sign as I was talking to him, and I handed it to the guitarist and he signed it. And then I noticed that like while him and I were talking, he flipped it to the bassist like page in the little CD booklet, right? And he signed it for the bassist. And I was like, hey, what are you doing? You signed up for the bassist. And he goes, that guy's not going to share, dude. He's a flake. Right. And so I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So I take the CD booklet back, go grab a beer. And then sure enough, the bassist walks in. And so I'm like, oh, hey, cool. So I go up, say hi to him. And I'm like, hey, would you mind signing the thing? This other guy signed it for you because he commented that you wouldn't be here, And he looked at him and he's like, guy's an idiot, shows what he knows. And it was so funny because you're back there and you're watching this band like in the middle of their on the road drama, and so that CD booklet still has like the crossed out, because he scribbled out the signature and then signed it himself.
That's great.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. So that'd be pretty sweet, Nathan, if you showed up and you're like, yeah, this one person flaked, and they'd be like, oh yeah, okay, well, hey, it was really good meeting you, and then they just kind of sneak a signature on there by your picture.
It would be funny if like you have him sign it, but then you see the whole cast to be like, oh man, I haven't talked to that guy in 10 years. That guy was an asshole. And scribbles out his name.
Yeah.
Right on there.
Yeah.
But that would probably, that might make Dathan mad.
Yeah.
So stupid. I hate this one. Jesus Christ. My God. Man, yeah. You're on fire today with your soundboard.
Well, it wasn't working last week, and no one would say anything until the end of the show.
Well, there's a reason. There's a reason why we didn't say anything.
What are you talking about? It was working great last week.
Yeah, I watched the replay of it a little bit. I was like, oh god. So I apologize to the people that do appreciate my soundboard. I know there's a lot of haters, but I just want to say I got rid of an arcade 1-up this week.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the NBA Jam yet,
Nope.
Nathan. I
Terminator.
still have
Terminator.
Simpsons, yep. So I got rid of Terminator. I disassembled her. I almost made a video about it, but I figured maybe, I don't know, would that have been an interesting watch? I'm not sure, but I disassembled the whole thing. I do have this still. I kept the marquee, so like I can prove I did own it. Oh, and I guess I have the guns over there too.
Where did the rest of it go?
The dump.
Oh wow.
I thought you were giving it to Joe down in Eugene.
Yeah, well, that was the whole thing. Like he never. I told him 2 weeks ago, like, dude, at the end of the month, I'm gonna get rid of it. You better come up here and get it. He's like, okay. Never heard back. So I assume, and I told him it wasn't working. So it's like,
what's the failure rate on these 1-up machines?
that's the only one I've had fail, really. And
But have you heard about anybody else's 1-ups failing?
oh yeah. You know what? The only other one I had trouble with was the my Outrun cab.
Mm-hmm.
And there were some extra things, like there was a pedal and the wheel, but
Right.
It's a lot of the ones that are more complex, the racing ones, the
Yeah.
hunting ones, stuff like that. If you just have your basic Final Fight, Pac-Man stuff, I mean, they're pretty. Well, you got 3 parts. You've got your controller board, the
buttons,
and then you got the cabinet, pretty much, and the monitor, and that's like it was back in the 80s.
And it hooks into the marquee is lit up. Sometimes more stuff is lit up. The coin door might be lit up.
Sure.
But yeah, man, that Terminator one, that was the most. I don't know, being out here in the garage, I don't know what happened to it. It's like I barely played it either.
I've been going down the rabbit hole a little bit, watching people repair, vintage cabinets and whatnot for the past couple weeks, on and off, and I'm often shocked at how they can resurrect, games even from the 70s without a ton of effort. Occasionally they'll call in a specialist who knows exactly what this integrated circuit does and help them out. But I guess my question is, what's the repairability like for these 1-up devices?
Well, I had that Terminator one fail on me before,
Mm-hmm.
and I made a video about it. It was a whole thing where I submitted a ticket, and at first they weren't going to send me a replacement part.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it was because I'm on YouTube or Instagram at the time. I don't know. I forget the dates, but someone, I think, knew who I was, and they pushed it through to the right people.
Mm-hmm.
And so to that, I'm grateful.
You're kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
I respect that.
I'm not. Yeah. I'm not trying to.
But
they knew who I was. They knew I was like, yeah, I bought 20 of these things, and
sure.
It's like, take care of me, for God's sakes.
Right.
And they did. So, but they sent me a new PCB, and you got to open up the back. It's pretty easy to set up. I mean, you got to unplug the monitor, unplug the ground, and rewire it back in there. Probably the hardest thing is just getting the little screws out, because there's like a metal case on the back that holds the PCB onto the wood or whatever, or the back of the monitor. Excuse me.
So the old machines, though, they're so ancient that each component is like the soundboard is its own board. The CPU is kind of its own board. The power supply is its own board. It's not like all connected. So it seems like with all the pieces, you've got a lot of space and separation that it makes it easier to find replacement parts. So, this transistor blew, I'll get a new transistor. This battery failed, so I'll just plug in a new battery here, or something like that. But I imagine that the arcade 1-up stuff is a lot more compact, and if something fails, the whole board is kind of worthless. Is that
right? And the thing with it too is it was a really cheap board on it. Like they got the board that would have done the bare minimum to get the game running, I feel, and arcade 1-up could make the most profit on it, and they could charge $500 or more. I can't remember what I paid for Terminator. Was it 600 or I can't remember. But they had it down to a science, and they're going to make 10,000 of these or whatever, so they just want the cheapest
sure?
circuit board on the back they could find. So it'll be interesting. The new one we're getting, the iconic arcade, that'll have a Pi 5 on it, and should be able to do a little more. I haven't heard about any Pi 5 failures too much, but you could always swap that out with something else.
Just get a new one.
Yeah, so that should be cool. The other thing I did, I've been playing Balatro still. I think I have 4 runs completed, so I'm almost at my 5th. Oh, Chris is gone. Sorry, we're talking about Balatro. He left. I thought that would have been Dathan.
No, see ya.
Let's see. I played the new game I played this week is Tales of Iron. Talked about last week. And did any of you guys play Tales of Iron 1 here?
Did not.
No, never heard of it.
It was on a couple months ago. It was on the PlayStation. What do you call that? The silver tier or whatever, where you get free games. I can't remember what it's called now. PlayStation Network. So I played the first one. I never beat it, but I enjoyed playing it. It's kind of cool. Like you're this mouse, but it's a really cool art style. I really like the graphics. The gameplay can be a little frustrating. It's all about knowing when to dodge and use your shield and parry. And you got to do the right button combinations at the right time. So it's kind of like that kind of game, but even more so, like it can be really unforgiving at times. And when you first start, like I feel like it was, I don't know what's with some of these games. Like I'll start playing it, I feel like maybe the easiest boss should be the easiest boss should be like the first one you play, or you have to fight. But it's always like the hardest for me. And like when the more I keep playing, like the easier it gets. Like why is it always like that with me? Like I'll play these games and that's exactly the same thing. It was exactly the same thing with like Prince of Persia, the Lost Crown, and a lot of other ones. Like anyway, so I was playing that one. And I was dying. I finally beat this thing, and then I, kept on going. But you upgrade your guy. You have to get new weapons. You can upgrade your helmet, your shield. This one, you got a grappling hook. Meatball. It's okay to love and enjoy a game that has a poor popular opinion. We must be talking about Balatro. I don't know. Okay, yeah, this was the first boss I couldn't beat. Man, I could not. This is like I don't know, what is this? A porcupine?
Yeah.
The backstabber mother. Man, I must have fought this guy for half hour. So, but yeah, I saved the video because I finally beat him. But I think I've probably been having more fun with Ninja Gaiden 2 Black right now, but this is a good change of pace. Oh, maybe Alikrian's played it. Pretty sure both Tales of Iron are Souls-like, which the first boss is supposed to be a test. It helps weed out players that might not want to deal with the difficulty. Yeah, that could be. And you do feel good after you finally get past it. The Ninja Gaiden one too. I don't have a video of that. What we talked about last week. That one's really fun, but I think the most frustrating thing on that one is like you have to do like the original Ninja Gaiden. You got to do some of the wall climbing kind of stuff. And there's this one level I'm in the city or in the sewers, and you have to do a double jump on the side of the wall. And man, I must have been doing that 20 times because I could not get it exactly right. But once you finally do it, then you can go on. So it is a mastery kind of thing. Maybe they want you to do. So yeah. Anyway, check it out. It's like $20. I'm sure it'll be free on Game Pass or the PlayStation Network eventually. It should be on Steam too. Yeah, PlayStation Plus. That's what it is. Thank you, J Rod. I pay for it. 100. Yeah, a lot of these are getting up there. Anyway, so here we go. We should have some stuff to talk about. It looks like maybe the console wars are dead now with Xbox. So, want to touch about that. Mainly, there could be a Nintendo show next week, a Nintendo Direct, possibly. And I wanted to talk about some TV stuff that I think some of us watched. So, should we talk about the Xbox stuff again?
Go for it.
Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. Forza Horizon 5. Did you guys play this?
I don't remember if I did or not.
Oh my god. You serious?
I'm serious. I don't remember if I did or not.
Eric, Travis, Chris?
No,
you
but it
played, right?
looks great.
I don't know if it's Horizon that I played or
What?
just the regular Forza.
I know if Speed's in the chat, like him and he played this game a lot, and I did multiplayer online with him. This game was amazing, you guys. Like, what year was this? 2021, 2022? And this is the reason this game was might be one of my top favorite Xbox games that's come out this generation. Totally the reason why to own a TV, Eric. Because man, it looks so amazing playing on a big screen monitor.
I have a projector, man.
Oh, okay. That'd probably look good on that too.
It's probably bigger than your TV.
Maybe, yeah. Put it on the side of your building. Meatball Saucy, thank you. I love this game. I just started teaching my youngest son to drive with this. You totally could. But this game, Forza Horizon 4 was a great one too.
I played Forza Motorsport in VR. That's the only Forza one that I've played.
Yeah.
How's that?
I mean, it's a VR racing game.
Yeah, but how is racing in VR? Is it?
Oh,
better?
It's cool. Is it? Well, I mean, yeah, it's better.
Okay.
I mean, there's a trade-off to it, which is you've got a helmet strapped to your head, which if you were in a real race car, I guess you probably would. So there's
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But at home, it's kind of a little bit like you've got to be in the mood. But I have a force feedback wheel and pedal set, the Logitech one, so I can, clamp it down and
Yeah.
get semi there with it. Not
That's
as much
cool.
as people who have the actual like sit down,
Yeah. Yeah.
basically arcade machine in their home sort of setup.
Racing
But
rigs.
like anything with VR, I feel like it's work to get into the experience,
Mhm.
and that often is the barrier to actually getting around to playing it
For sure.
and using it. But yeah, Meatball Saucy says it's exceptional. I would say that it's as close to real racing in a car that you're never going to own as you could get without going to like PIR and renting a car or whatever.
Mhm.
I didn't
So, yeah, it's
do
cool.
this in VR, but the Gran Turismo on PlayStation
Yeah, I've done that one
5
too. Yeah.
is looks pretty impressive with the
Yeah.
VR headset.
In VR, I did Project Cars, Forza Motorsport, and what was the other one that you just mentioned? Which one did
Gran
you just say,
Turismo.
Rob?
Gran Turismo.
Oh no, I didn't do. I'm sorry, not Gran Turismo because that's not on PC. Sorry, it was Project Cars 2 and 3, Dirt Rally or something like that too, and then Forza, but not Horizon. That looks really spectacular. But I think they focused on an older Forza probably to because performance, it requires such a demanding PC
Yeah.
to actually be able to play it. So they
Yeah.
probably picked a couple generations back. So
There's different types of racing games. So this is not as much a simulation game, but it's more of a just like go have fun open world drive game and
Oh, cool.
get into just some crazy stuff like what's the biggest jump you can do? Well,
Mhm.
how fast can you go?
Yeah, I
How
wondered
many
because
balloons can you pop in a
yeah,
stadium?
I wondered because the animations that they're showing here definitely aren't, the racing simulation sort of thing.
So
Yeah,
it's more like Project Gotham Racing and less like Gran Turismo.
yeah, a little bit. Yeah. So go to the top of the volcano
It
and
looks good though.
have a
It
race.
looks really good.
But like this was Xbox's like one of their main console exclusives,
Hmm.
and we'd been talking about they just ported Indiana Jones to well they're going to, but there's going to be another couple other games coming to PlayStation. This was just announced that Forza Horizon 5 is coming to PlayStation 5 in spring 2025. And a lot of the old Xbox fans are just losing their mind online is what I'm seeing. And like, I don't know if people are just waking up,
Well,
but
they're not paying attention to anything that's being said this last year with Phil Spencer. Because I mean, if you've listened to anything he said, they're very much Game Pass is where they want to go. They want all their games on everything. Your TI calculator, they want your game on there to buy and everything. But this most recent interview, he's like, we're very hardware focused too. And I've noticed with Phil Spencer, he seems to talk out both sides of his mouth. And so when he says that they want to have everything out on every system available so that they can sell Game Pass subscriptions, because that's obviously where their big focus is the software side of things, I don't think they really are interested in hardware sales anymore. I think they're either the push that's coming from the CEO of Microsoft is, hey, we need to move away from hardware sales. The software side is doing great. Let's make money there. Let's move away from hardware. And that's what's happening. And Phil Spencer's just like, I need to try and appease the Xbox fanboys who want the console. So I'm going to tell them that, yeah, we are very much interested in the hardware side, but I don't think they are. And
well, what
I
is
don't
the
think,
reason? What is the reason to own a Xbox in 2025? Like the original console, like is there it plays Game Pass,
Yeah, I mean,
Is that the only reason I can think of? The controller feels good.
ultimately, it's the same issue that Sony's going into here with them putting their exclusive games out on PC.
But
Is
Sony
a-
doesn't put their competitor doesn't put God of War on Xbox.
Yeah, but they don't need to. What I'm saying is that, if every exclusive title Sony has is on PC, we're getting to the point where it's like, why do I need to buy a console at all? Why do I need to get a PlayStation console or an
because
Xbox?
Well,
Because
that's the whole thing.
PC
That's Nintendo's whole thing.
yeah.
We have Mario. That's why you got to buy our Nintendo console. We have
Mhm.
Zelda. That's why you got to buy our console. Now, if Xbox is giving Horizon to these guys, if they're going to give Halo to everyone, what is the only reason I can think of is maybe they got a card up their sleeve that they haven't shown yet. There's a new console that's coming up that's going to blow us all away. That's going to be something crazy good.
No.
Other than that, I don't know. So
I mean, the thing with as a PC gamer, I know so many people that are console gamers that if they wanted to become PC gamers, wouldn't have the patience or the experience to get into it.
Hmm.
The console serves that niche, and that's like 80% of the people. I mean,
Yeah.
it serves it, right? You buy it for $600. Back in the day, it was 300 or whatever, and you plug it in and you go.
Hmm.
The thing that console needs to be careful of is we all talked about it when I was asking questions about it like a month and a half ago about giving you too many options to where it almost becomes like a PC where you can either have a game in performance mode or in graphics mode, like that sort of thing. That's where it's going to get dangerous because at that point they may train people, they may cross train them into dealing with graphics settings on a PC. And I mean, it's not just graphic settings, it's also what video chip are you using, what USB devices do you have connected,
Yeah.
incompatibilities with drivers, things like that are just have not gone away. They've gotten way better, but they haven't gone away.
Sure.
And
But
that's
if you've
part of
been,
what makes gaming on a PC fun.
if,
Part of it.
if you've been doing it for 40 years, like,
Yeah.
okay, fine. this is par for the course. But
Right.
most people haven't been gaming for 40 years, so they just want to
No.
plug something in like a Blu-ray disc and go. And that's that.
Well, and
think that's keeping on.
it's the same thing with last week and the soundboard working so great. Your system updates to Windows updates, it changes settings. Console, if you have to update the console, it doesn't change the settings.
Well, and it's
Everything
QA'd
stays.
against it too, right? Like they can QA in a controlled for a known platform, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's easier to test one device than to test.
I'm not.
combination of
Yeah.
500 devices.
I'm sold on the console because I got my
Well, no,
laptop.
I know
shit.
you are. I'm just saying that this is why I don't see a fear of Sony or of Xbox porting all of their games out to another thing, especially not the PC universe.
I agree, but like I think it's Microsoft has no fear of doing this at all. It's the old school gamer who's upset right now, who is diehard into Xbox. That's all they had. They had, you see people they're Sony, the Sony fanboys are. We got God of War. This is all we play. Xbox sucks. Like, no, we got Forza Horizon. We got Halo. We got Gears of War. Those are our exclusives. You got to play that here. And
Man,
but-
it seems like when I'm at Best Buy and I'm listening in on people talking like in the video game aisle and stuff, it seems like everybody I listen to has both platforms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what
Agreed.
I mean? So like, I
Agreed.
think that it's kind of gone. That is a super, like, maybe that's my neighborhood where I live. I don't know, because that's like a luxury that as a high school kid I wouldn't have thought of, that you could just have all of the consoles and call it a day. But that it seems by and large that that's just how it is when I'm at Best Buy.
Yeah, well, even back in the day, like I remember I had the choice, like do I want a Super Nintendo or a Genesis? Like I was
Or
going to
do
get
you want, right?
yeah,
One or
like
the other.
Yeah,
I saved up $100. Like I knew I was going to get something, or whatever it costs back in the
Yeah.
day. And like
150.
you know, you can only get one. You know, which one are you going to get? I think, geez, I think you got to get PlayStation right now.
Oh yeah, if I was to pick a console, and this is coming from somebody who was the only console that I've really owned was the Xbox stuff, I would pick Sony.
Alikrin
But
says
that
Xbox.
converted me
Yeah,
because of the games that they ported.
Xbox is doing this because they have to. This is a pivot to keep them relevant and afloat in the industry. Look for the numbers, and you quickly realize Game Pass has been a negative for them. Yeah, but has it been a negative for them? Because I think now in December they just posted their earnings report, and it's still down. But they're finally having positive numbers for Game Pass. So if they finally keep getting their Game Pass numbers up, they're going to turn a profit. They need to make money on all these studios they bought.
yeah.
They need
Yeah.
a return on their investment for their stockholders. But you know,
And-
I'm not concerned about that. Like that is what it is. Like I'm here trying to
Your
talk
question
to the old school Xbox gamer right now. If you're out there,
your question essentially is what's the benefit to owning an Xbox over owning a PlayStation or a PC at this point when it comes to them porting all their games? And I think for some people it's going to be a preference. They're going to look at it and go, well, I only want to support Xbox or I only want to support PlayStation. Meanwhile, majority of people are going to be like, well, what's the easiest and fastest way for me to be able to play my game that I want to play? I don't care what system it's on, where it's at, what's the best way I can get to this in the quickest way possible. And so some people are going to be like, well, look, these Xbox games I want to play are coming out 2 months earlier on Xbox. So I'll buy an Xbox console so I can play these games earlier.
or
yeah, if Xbox can launch a console that beats Sony to the punch right now, right? Like a new next gen, then they
Well,
would sell a ton of them, right?
yeah, here's the other wild card. Maybe we just play it on this.
Nah,
Maybe.
it's totally different platform though.
I bet you they're gonna announce Forza Horizon on the Switch 2 here. So and it's Halo. Like it's gonna be there. Like now that's the choice. Do you get the PlayStation 5 or do you get the Nintendo Switch 2? You can only get one.
I'm getting the Dreamcast too.
You know, and it does. You bring up Dreamcast. Like this is what happened to Sega. Like they just got into software.
Mhm.
That was the end of the Dreamcast.
Mhm.
Thanks, PlayStation. PlayStation killed
Well,
Sega Dreamcast.
Atari did that, and then they circled
Atari
back
did that.
around. They've been in, or at least the name brand of Atari has been in the game long enough to have completed the circuit. Now they're back to making consoles and hardware.
Dathan, do you have any opinions on this?
No. I'll take them all.
You'll play them all.
I'll play anything on whatever. The more stuff that is available on, the better it is now, especially
Jesus
with PlayStation
Christ, my
5.
God.
If you have, man, the soundboard is wow, great today.
Uh-huh.
It was the peer pressure, a-hole.
I'm gonna wait till we're done. Let me finish. You say, do I have an opinion? Well, I'm trying to give you an opinion. Interrupted with soundboard willy dilly trickery that I'm
All right,
not.
go ahead.
I don't know if I want to now, but I would the more that you have, the more consoles or the more stuff you're able to play all the stuff on. I think it's the better. You can't play everything on an Xbox. Obviously like the Game Pass stuff you can take with you to play and whatnot. But with the PlayStation, you can play with your portal. You can play pretty much anything that you have online, plus your digital library. And if you have the disc, you can play the game on disc. So if you have multiple PlayStation 5s, if you can log into each of them and play your disc games based. So, like I said, I'll play anything on whatever it is. I don't care. I'll take it all. It's fine. I don't have an opinion.
Here's my question to you, Dathan, though, for somebody that has all of these and that plays them regularly. For a Nintendo, is there ever a time where you would take a non-Nintendo exclusive game and actually choose the Switch as the platform that you'd buy that game for?
No.
Okay, so that's kind of my thing when I said that they're not even the same category. I don't think of Switch as the same tier of console as Xbox or PlayStation. I consider them in their own group, and then the Nintendo's over here. And the only way that I could be swayed on that is if somebody like Dathan had answered with, "Oh yeah, man, if they put God of War over on Switch, I would play it on Switch because I like this about it better."
Now, if Nintendo ever said in 10 years we're going to have Zelda Tears of the Kingdom 8 on PlayStation 9, I would still play that on Nintendo console just because that's how I grew up. I grew up.
Okay, so for nostalgia, you'd want the Nintendo loading screen or whatnot.
I would go back to the OG style.
Okay.
Even if it costs more money?
Even if it costs more money, yeah.
And you have to give up your
graphics
Thanos
weren't as good. Because they're still probably at that point going to be using previous gen chips to power their hardware.
Wait, what's your question? Sorry.
So even if to choose between the two consoles, they released that Zelda, and and they cross-ported it all over, but the developers made it better looking, so 8K graphics or whatnot, better detail. If you choose to play on an Xbox or a PlayStation versus the Nintendo platform, because the Nintendo platform is cheaper.
I'll still play it on Nintendo. Do you guys remember in 2000? I think it was Space World when they were going to make the Link battling Ganondorf Space World video. You can probably YouTube it, but that was a big deal because this is going to be the next Zelda, and it would be the best thing ever, and it wasn't even close to anything. It was like early AI back in the day of what it was, and everybody was kind of like, "Oh, this is going to be the best thing," and I was like, I'll still kind of stick with the Ocarina of Time. Because that's what it was. Ocarina of Time came out in 98, and I think this was 99 or 2000, whatever. But back to what I was saying, I would pay more money to play it on a Nintendo console no matter what, because nostalgia does have a price, and I will pay it.
That's fair. I mean, that's totally fair. I was just curious, as to if there was some sort of add to the Nintendo platform that I was missing, but it sounds like not really.
I've never played on a Steam Deck, so I guess I don't. I'm chiming in as the wrong guy to answer this question. But the portability of the original Switch was its huge selling point, and I think it spawned things like the
Steam Deck
and the Portal and all those other devices. So, but yeah, the question is still valid. Is the Nintendo the de facto portable thing to use now? Probably isn't, I would say, but it was.
But they haven't announced. We don't know exactly what we do, but we don't of the.
Yeah,
we needed to know what the new Switch 2 is going to do. I know you like to poo-poo on it, but
no, it could be right. It could be completely, stacked. But Nintendo isn't doing themselves any favors by not telling people right now.
But while you bring that up, there is rumored. It's a good transition. Rumored to be a Nintendo Direct next week, you guys. So this is on Reddit. And man, there's people on there that have realized there has been a Nintendo Direct in February, the first week of February, for the last 4 years.
What's a Nintendo Direct? Their newsletter or whatnot?
It's their YouTube show where they
Oh, okay.
debut all the brand new games. And not only that, there is going to be maintenance on the Nintendo servers for the Nintendo Switch on the 4th/5th. So whenever that was, like middle of the night or whatever. The last time they did that in February was right before a Direct. So we'll see. We'll see if this comes out to be true. So maybe there's some new games that Nintendo is going to announce that'll play on the Switch 2 that maybe might get Eric more interested.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I'm waiting to be impressed.
I mean, I was gonna. Your point about would you play games on the Switch over PlayStation? I've got PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. There are certain games that I find I'll buy on the Switch. Doesn't matter if they're across all of them. And then there are other types like adventure games, like Outlaws, things like that. Even if they were available on the Switch, I wouldn't play them on the Switch. Because anything where I feel like I'm having to shake the system around when I'm playing, I don't like to play those games. So the more casual games I find on the handheld are kind of more enjoyable for me.
Okay.
But when there's something where I'm gonna obviously be like really get involved with, I tend to avoid them. I prefer to have just a controller in my hand.
But don't. Yeah. Well, you can play. You can do that on the Switch though. You have a Pro controller.
Yeah, but I always play my Switch in handheld mode. I don't put it on the TV.
I'm the same. I often do that too. I think
but that's because you don't have a TV.
Yeah, you're right.
We just covered this. You can't say.
Well,
yeah.
Well, he does it. He has a projector. Let's get it right.
You know what else you don't do, Eric? Take your wife out on Valentine's Day.
I don't know.
But that's because catfish. Yeah. No. The thing is I don't. I was curious whether there was something about the platform, because to you, Chris, I would say, well, what if you had like a maybe you do though, like an ROG Ally or a Steam Deck? You know, I would still ask that question, like, is there something about the Nintendo platform that grabs you?
We do have the Steam Deck here, and it definitely still is one of those where I haven't played it. I prefer the Switch. Because as nice as the Steam Deck is and everything, it still is kind of like a PC, so you still have to do some adjustments with it that you don't have to with the Switch.
Yeah.
So if I'm just wanting to jump into a game and start playing without having to sit down and figure out what I want to play. So
that's so crazy to me. So they don't have it optimized. When you buy a game for the Steam Deck, it doesn't come like basically optimized for it.
They have Steam Deck. What's the word that they use?
Verified.
Verified. So those are the ones that are optimized for the Steam Deck.
So when you launch it, you don't have to set like, okay, I want 8 times anti-aliasing. You don't have to worry about that because it's already set that way for you. Okay, cool.
But I don't know
what we were saying. Like the ease of use is what keeps these consoles going.
Right. Yeah. And so I was going to say, wow, what a huge miss. Now, I will say, I will give NVIDIA a little bit of props on this. For the people who are interested in PC gaming, NVIDIA's app does, for qualified games with NVIDIA, which is almost all of them at release, have a set it for my system configured the way that you consider to be optimal. And then it just hijacks the config file for the game and sets it to what it is based off your processor RAM and system performance. So PC's getting there, but not there entirely at all, because audio drivers are still a problem.
Really?
Oh yeah, dude. Still. Yeah. Wow. I mean, it's constant. It's why I do all my music recording on my Mac, and it's why I have a Mac. Right. But yeah, it's constant. And even in the gaming world, it's constant. And when people say it's not, they're lucky at that point. And they're just they're cursing it so that they will have audio problems in a month. So it just, you know what I mean? Like it just kind of is it's just, what we grew up with, I guess. It's just there's a lot of different chips out there, a lot of different things going on, a lot of different monitors, a lot of different displays, all that stuff. But yeah, that's cool though that Steam has that. It was going to surprise me if they didn't have that.
Leakrian says, "Oh, if it is Steam Deck verified, you still may need to optimize settings depending on your preferences. The
Mhm.
preferences
Yeah.
just tell you that if it's playable on deck without issue. The only one I've had to really mess around with on Steam Deck was to get MS DOS games to play.
Well, yeah, but there you're asking for trouble. Like
Yeah.
that,
Well-
that I'm going to consider like an edge case, and I'm just going to say, okay, that's not.
Yeah.
That would be like if you were telling me that you bought a PlayStation and you were figuring out how to unlock it so that you could install, an emulator to
Yeah.
it, and you were complaining about how that wasn't easy.
Yeah.
I would say, okay, well, you dug your grave laying it.
Well,
So,
it's not easy.
right? Yeah, no, it's not, right?
Life isn't easy.
Yeah.
But no, that's cool. I do think to answer your question, I think that there is a need for as many consoles as the market can bear. And I see reasons for them.
Overall, I think Xbox people, if you're not over it already, like get it out of your mind about the console exclusive stuff and just embrace there's video games are kind of in a transition period, I think, right now. And digital is going to be here if it's not here already, and there's going to be a lot of the way we buy things video game wise, the way we play is going to be different. Meatball Saucy playing the first Descendant could be different. So yeah, it does not run on the Steam Deck, really, but it runs on the Ally. That's why you get okay. I did not know that. Interesting.
That was weird.
Speaking of, I want to touch on this really quick, and I don't know if you guys are interested in this at all. Probably not. But MLB The Show 25 was announced, and it's not coming to Game Pass, so that's significant. But I don't really want to even. I'll touch on that, but that's not my main point about bringing this up. And but Dathan, are any of you guys into college baseball at all?
Nope.
Maybe not.
No.
I know Oregon State fans, that's like their one thing they enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an Oregon State fan, and I still don't watch Oregon State baseball.
So, yeah, that's like it's like
I'm
one
just not a
sport they're good
baseball
at.
guy, though. Yeah, I'm not a baseball guy.
But I just want to point out on the cover of MLB The Show, and I'm probably the only guy who plays this game regularly, but kind of exciting if you look at the guy in the yellow shirt. That's Paul Skeens of the Pittsburgh Pirates, but right on his left, above his mitt, is a LSU logo.
And I saw it.
And if the logo is for his college team is on the cover, maybe college teams are in the game. So that could be cool. So we don't know exactly yet. So I will, this could be fool's gold or whatever. And
What are you talking about?
Baseball, yeah, Meatball does not like it.
What?
But
It's the ultimate sport. Is about humans going on a fantastic.
Right. But this
true.
is part of paying players to for the college football game. Maybe this is another thing we didn't even think about. They could be college teams in the baseball game and other sports too. So, no, I'm sorry you guys aren't interested in it, but
I got into baseball this last year. I mean, I
Yeah,
watched
Eric is a
the
huge
Reds.
baseball fan.
I'm not huge. I just got into it, and
The
I watched
biggest.
most of the Reds season. And there's Ellie Del Cruz right there in the middle.
Yeah.
But I have no interest in playing a game.
why were you following the Reds?
I like Cincinnati. I like the stadium actually.
Oh, okay.
I was in Cincinnati, and I liked the way that the stadium was integrated well into the city, right next to a park. The
Yeah.
fireworks were cool. I was like, all right, I'm a Reds fan now. That was
Yeah.
back in
nice.
2017.
But you can't say that you're not a big baseball fan if you watched most of the team season, because that
I
involves
was
sitting and
recovering from
watching
surgery.
100.
I had
It doesn't
nothing
matter.
to
It's
do.
100 and some odd games.
Not yeah, it's not that many games, but okay. Yeah, I watched a lot of their season.
Real off topic too. I mean, well, it's on topic. Paul Skeens, the guy in the yellow, he was on the Late Late Show with Seth Meyers.
Mhm.
I watched. They brought him on because he's promoting MLB The Show. That guy has got to be like he literally no personality. You see these guys get on these talk shows,
Uh-huh.
and I
Eric,
feel sorry for the host. It's just like, well, so you're here, and how do you like playing video games? You're on the cover, and he's like,
No.
yeah, not really.
Yes.
Like, oh my god, some of these, if they call this guy a celebrity, like, geez, have some personality. I don't know.
I thought it was 140 games, Eric, but Google told me a team season consists of 162 baseball games.
It's a lot of games.
It's a
You're
lot
right.
of games.
You're right.
You are a big fan if you watch a season's
Yeah.
a
Okay.
game season. 162 in 1 year.
I didn't watch most of the games. I take it back.
Okay.
I watched
Then you're okay.
like 20 games.
Oh, well, then you're not even a fan.
No.
J Rod's
Yeah.
not a fan either. Man, that's all good. It's all good. All right. I want to get into a little TV, and then we can get into whatever Chris is playing or whatever. But all right. I did. I want to talk about this.
Why?
Why not?
Because it's a waste of breath.
All right. Okay. I watched it, but I only watched I watched 30 minutes of it, and I had to turn it off.
Because
It's bad.
yeah.
What
Next
is
topic.
it? No,
This
I
is
wanna know what is it.
this is the new Star Trek movie with
Movie?
Academy
Oh, it's a
Award
movie.
winner. Yeah.
Movie or TV show?
Straight to DVD essentially.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched. I had to watch it.
You didn't have to. You
And-
didn't. You didn't have to because you didn't watch it. You turned
It's
it off
cra-
30
if
minutes
Did
in.
you guys? I'm taking it. Yeah, you guys haven't seen it at all, but
Well, Meatball doesn't want any spoilers, so
no, like,
It's terrible. Sorry, there's a spoiler.
did
No.
you watch it?
No, I don't have to. I saw the trailer. It looked awful.
No, this is a great thing. Like, they're promoting like how like she's like the ultimate badass, and she's, she's the emperor from the mirror universe or whatever. And this group of the people in Section 31 come to approach her like, oh, she's the ultimate badass, like, or I don't know, well, not badass, but like evil person in the world. Like, she's never gonna join our team or whatever. Like, she's so up there. And as soon as they go approach her, it's like, yeah, I'll join, no problem. Like,
Yeah.
what the
Right.
And then not only that, there are actually two characters that I was like sort of interested in. One of them was there's a Delton, like from the bald headed girl from Star Trek: The Motion Picture. Like,
Oh,
they
okay.
made a new version of her.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, her ability is like she's like super sexual with people.
Ooh.
And yeah, so like that's her like superpower or whatever. They killed her off.
Wasn't
like-
that what the original girl's superpower was? I forget her name.
Yeah, exactly.
So you introduced the same
Kambasis
character.
or whatever. But yeah. But yeah, they killed her off. And I'm like, I'm just sitting there like, what kind of show is this? Yeah, it's gonna be.
Didn't
So-
you know from the trailer? Didn't we all know from the trailer what kind of show it was?
Well, sometimes the trailer doesn't show everything, right, Chris? I mean, there's examples of movies that have bad trailers that could be good.
I've found the opposite to be true. There's bad movies with good trailers, but not the other way around. I can't think of the other way around.
So I'm really disappointed in how this was greenlit to begin with, and after Star Trek Picard season 3, I was, how can they follow it up with this? really sad. I'm kind of worried on what's going to happen next with Star Trek. You know, they need a they spent some money to make this.
My understanding, based on the Critical Drinker review, is that Alex Kurtzman is to blame.
Yeah.
But I don't know how true that is, but I'm not a huge fan of the things he has produced.
He's the showrunner, but like he did Star Trek Picard. So and I know that show started off bad, but the third season is gold.
I haven't
So-
seen the third season.
Yeah, you got to watch the third season.
Okay.
The third season's the only one I watched, and I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah. So, all right, I'm gonna move on, but like, yeah, I had to talk about how Star Trek disappointed me because, yeah, sad. So, and I know there's other shows that'll disappoint too. Let's see, where's the next slide I had? Here we go. So, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. I know some of you guys watched this because you were
Yeah.
talking about it, and I told
What?
you not to talk about it.
Yeah,
I want to.
it's a
and,
pretty
yeah, go
decent
ahead.
motion comic, you know. And I say motion comic because if you watch a lot of the background, nobody's moving.
Mhm.
There was like in the second episode, there was a guy in the back who looked like he was trying to commit suicide because his hand was like on his mouth and nose, and he was not moving at all.
Mhm.
And I'm just
Sure.
like, yeah, this guy's getting ready to go.
I didn't even notice that at all.
What's the for the uninitiated? What's the premise here?
The premise is it's Peter Parker as a freshman in high school,
Okay.
and there's some they've kind of it's not exactly the Spider-Man that we all know. Like some things are different. Like Uncle Ben has already died apparently. Aunt May is the younger version of Aunt May, like she is in the latest movies. So they've kind of gone that route. There's some people like Norman Osborn is now a black person, which like I have no problem with, whatever. But like there's it's just subtle differences. And then the ending of the second episode, they definitely have a shift in tone that I think I've never seen a Spider-Man movie or TV show go. If you know what I'm talking about.
Well, the first episode establishes that this is outside of the MCU because they have Doctor Strange show up from a portal with the creature he's fighting, and then he leaves, and so you're kind of set up. Okay, so this is a different universe; it's part of the multiverse, and so that's why there are these differences. But I mean, for the most part, like when they have your focuses on a character or a group of characters, it's the animation is not bad, but it feels like if you've ever watched like a making of the old Disney films, how they used to have like the planes they'd have that's kind of the way this feels like it's filmed. Is like they have their backgrounds they've set up, and then they kind of animate just the different frames for the characters that they're moving.
But I think it looks good. So you don't like the animation.
It does. Realizing that it's a motion comic, I was like, I can get behind this as a motion comic. But if somebody were to come up to me like it's an animated show, I'd be like, no, because if you watch a lot of the background, there's people just standing there not moving while Peter Parker's running down the street, or in the case of they're in a car, the car's moving and there's a car behind him, and that car is getting further away, and it's in the middle of the street, and there's no lights or anything that would cause that car not to be following behind them.
It feels like it was just made in a computer to me. And
yeah, of course, yeah.
That's like,
well, that's
obviously you're an animation snob that's everything's got to be moving at the same time, and X-Men 97, I guess that's the one to compare it to, right? So, it is different than that. And it's its own style. Dathan, did you watch this?
I did. I liked it. I thought it was done really well.
Did you think
I
the animation pissed you off, or
no, not at all.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, it does have. It's not. I mean, you can't really compare it to X-Men '97. I think they're two different. You're comparing apples and oranges. But with the show, I mean, you do see parallels with the MCU a little bit. What you were talking about with like the subtle differences, and anybody that's seen the movies, you'll recognize them, immediately right away. What they're referring to. But yeah, I think the art styles, I think it's done pretty well. I know there are people that are complaining about it right now with certain characters and how they are and stuff like that, but you're going to get that with anything nowadays. So but I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to I think 3 episodes come out next week.
Oh, nice! I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, they're doing this weird release. I think they did 2 episodes last Wednesday, and they're doing 3 episodes and then 3 more, and I think 2 more. I think it's 10 episodes for the first season, but they already greenlit seasons 2 and 3 already. So it'll just kind of keep going. But yeah, I really enjoy it. I think it's done pretty well. Episodes I think are about 27 to 32 minutes a piece, but the end it's like X-Men. The end credits take up a good chunk.
Oh, okay.
Which is pretty frustrating. But it's done pretty well, and it is nice that we don't have to see the whole backstory of Spider-Man like we've seen many times before. I mean, I think they spend maybe 3 or 4 minutes onto it.
Yeah, they went right past it.
Yeah, it's fast forward, 3 or 4 minutes later, and then there you go.
I think that was done on purpose.
Yeah, Batman. If you've ever read about, or you can get a hold of it in PDF form, read about Batman the Animated Series, the show Bible, they explicitly say, look, Batman's background has been done very recently. We don't need to talk about it. So they just skip over it entirely in the animated series, which I think was a good call. So it sounds like they're taking a page out of that book.
Yeah, and it's nice that they did that, because anybody that's seen Spider-Man or any of these movies, like we get that, we understand it.
Yeah,
we
know
how it goes. We know how he becomes Spider-Man and that sort of thing. And so I'm glad they did that. And because I was a little worried at first, like they were going to spend 3 or 4 episodes on him. Oh, his new abilities and finding out that all these different things. But no, they don't. They go right into it. And yeah, it's good. I think Stan Lee would appreciate it. I think he would like the comic book art style that it is, and yeah, it's kind of like the how he kind of drew him up, and then the early comics. That's kind of how he looked and how he would have acted. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the rest of the season.
Yeah, he made Peter Parker just like an ordinary kid. And that's why a lot of people gravitate to Spider-Man.
He's very neurotic too when it comes to the whole. I gotta go. I gotta run to the bathroom. He comes off very much like a real person in this, because he's a kid.
He's got girl problems.
Girl problems.
All of us do.
But
we're married and we still do. So
I don't know what you're talking about. No such thing. I am taking my wife on Valentine's Day to watch Captain America. So
nice.
Already bought tickets. All right.
No, I mean, I like the art style. I'm just saying that when I first started watching it, I was under the impression it was going to be a fully animated show, and not.
Well, your thing is like the story's got to be good. So I'm just like shocked. Like that's your hang up, is like the art style. Like
it's not a hang up. I'm just saying that when I see people say this is an animated show, it's more of an animated motion.
Well, it's not live action,
which works. It works in the style it's going for, but I also get taken out of it when I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm like, oh, hey, look, there's 6 people in the back that are not moving at all. Like they're just standing there while he's talking. And so it's kind of a weird, I wouldn't say hang up, but it was kind of weird to get into at the beginning, because I was expecting everything kind of X-Men 97. So I was expecting everything to be animated. I am kind of interested to see, I like the fact that the web shooters and everything, he's got that little.
Yeah, he's got like a CO2 tank on his back.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see how they're going to, if they're going to show him like progress through the season and like update that.
Yeah, well, does he get his full costume at the end?
Because
I
a
was
lot
wondering
of
that too.
the marketing shows him in the full costume.
Oh yeah, I
at
think
some point.
you shared in the Discord they've already made like a Hot Toys, or you can pre-order the Hot Toys.
Yeah.
Hot
So
Toys or one of those sideshow collectibles. You can actually get the guy right now.
and the reason why they've got this weird schedule is because they don't want it to clash with Daredevil Born Again.
Oh, is that an
okay.
animated show?
That makes
Because that
sense.
streams March 4th.
Oh,
No,
I
that's
see.
That's live action.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that
Well,
apparently
I'm sure.
it's the
Well, Chris
first.
will watch that, and he'll notice somebody in the background who wasn't moving or whatever.
Well, it's the
Yeah, the action figure looks pretty good. It's
I don't have it
pretty
here,
detailed.
but yeah.
but Daredevil Born Again is actually rated 18 over in Europe, and the Netflix Daredevil show was only 16 or 15 over there. So, apparently this new one's going to be much more violent.
And it comes out in March.
March 4th.
Mm-hmm.
The trailer's out if you want to watch it. Yeah, there's a lot of joints bending the wrong way in the trailer.
Do you think you'll have to have watched some of the other the Daredevil TV show to get into it?
You
Yes,
should.
I think so.
I don't know why.
Because I haven't seen it.
You
'Cause
should.
They're bringing back
Mm-hmm.
the Punisher. He's going to be there, and I think there's going to be too much backstory. I think with at least from what I got from the trailer, that when Kingpin is interacting with Daredevil, I think there's going to be you probably could go in to watch it without seeing it, but I think you'd probably be confused and be like, "Oh, I don't understand that," or "That's
It's a great
brought back
show.
up again."
Should watch it.
It's
They need to
really
make
good.
it so they can get new audience people though, like that didn't watch it. So they need to be open to that. So that's going to be a turnoff for me if I watch it and I don't recognize so and so or whatever.
You watched Section 31. You did that. You did that with your
I watched
time.
30 minutes of it.
Yeah.
And
we're handing you a brilliant show on a silver platter. Watch Daredevil.
Someone also in one of the comments I was reading something about that Section 31 show. If you want to watch Section 31 done right, everyone, go watch Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Right.
Watch it all the way. Because, man, there's some amazing Section 31 episodes in there.
That feeling you have right now, that's the feeling we have towards you right now.
Need to go watch Daredevil. Okay.
You've got time before.
I want to play some games though. I need to finish Ninja Gaiden. I need to play more Tales of Iron. It's difficult when you have kids. Chris can attain to that. Or Travis knows too, right?
Just put Daredevil on with your kids there. It's okay. It's a perfectly fine
I can't just
show.
go out. I can't just make a Valentine's Day dinner date with my wife and just hey, bye kids. There you go. Have fun at the house.
Throw them a 20. That's what my parents used to do when we were kids.
Yeah.
They just go buy a pizza.
Order a pizza. That's right.
Yep. Tough love.
Well, one of you's old enough to watch the other ones, right?
Yeah. You come home like one of them's like murdered. Oh, jeez.
We were just watching wrestling. It's okay. That folding chair is bent that way for a reason. It makes sense.
Yeah. You got to get the chairs that are made of not real metal like they use on the show.
Yeah.
But that's all I really had to talk about. If you guys have anything else interesting. we should find out next week if there'll be a Nintendo Direct. And I know PlayStation hasn't had their show yet either. So that'll be also interesting if they do something in February. So,
have you guys watched Severance?
Yeah,
No, I've
the
heard
first
about it.
season, not the season 2 yet. First season's great.
Second season's pretty good so far too.
Cool.
So
No, I haven't watched it. My wife and I finished second season of Silo last week.
I heard that was good
last
too.
week, yeah, last week. Yeah, it was pretty good. It follows the books pretty well too, because I just finished book number 2 last week as well, and it follows it pretty well.
So stupid. I hate this one.
No, I liked it.
I'll
It's
have to
good.
check that one out. I haven't seen that one, but yeah, if you get a chance.
Eric and I did go to a movie screen last night at the up here. We went to the Hollywood Theater and watched Pacific Rim.
Great movie.
Still holds
the
up.
one with Charlie Day.
Fantastic. Great.
Nice.
Yeah.
Third Eye Vision says Dune game looks horrible. I heard IGN or somebody got a play test with it, and they said it was good.
The MMO one?
Yeah, the new one that's coming out.
Right.
It's coming to Steam first.
Is that coming out in the summer? Is that when it's coming out?
I don't know if they've given an exact release date yet.
Oh, I thought it was summer.
It's supposed to come to console too. But what I heard is they enjoyed it. So,
Well, I mean, it is IGN, so.
but
if you pay them enough money, they'll enjoy anything.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Here's a fun fact for you. So I bought Ultimate Alliance 2 on PlayStation 3 the other day. And
spending your money on stupid shit.
Oh, sorry.
It's a good game. It really is. This is you're okay. So, side quest here. You're saying that I'm spending my money on stupid shit.
I'm just joking.
But yet you just threw away an entire arcade 1-up machine.
Well, it wasn't working.
You literally just said you threw it in the garbage.
Stop.
You could have put that on
your
you
money
put that on
stupid shit.
And somebody probably would have
Sure.
got it.
I probably could have. My
Anyway.
wife is on the what is that? The Facebook buy nothing group, right?
Yeah.
Right. I probably could have just put it on there, and but I wanted to show my. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, go ahead. But
Back to my PlayStation 3. So I had to unbox, take it out of the box and everything to play it. And from the time that I turned the PS3 on, from the time I actually got to the title screen of Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 was an hour and 37 minutes. I timed it with updates and all these different things. By the time I got to the title screen, I'm like,
You're out.
We're not going to play this. So... But it was cool to see like all the old stuff in there from like 2011 and 2012. I had like PlayStation Home was still on, all the old games that I had, and it was pretty cool to see.
yeah, that's cool. It still works, and yeah, got to keep your old. I got my 360 right over here, so need to plug it in every once in a while.
There's a peak Xbox, right? That sold the most relative to other devices.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
That was that the best Xbox era, or would you say it's now, or I don't know.
No, I think 360 was.
360. Yeah.
Yeah.
We also were you were talking about the plates for PlayStation 5.
Mm-hmm.
You used to be able to take out the faceplate on the 360.
Yeah, you
get
could.
different ones.
Yeah. They just didn't have any back, like because it was a white color, the initial one,
Yeah.
right? Then they later launched the black version of it.
You used to get a lot of those. I don't think you used to be able to really buy those plates. It was more so when you pre-ordered a game is when you got.
Yeah, when you got them.
Yeah, because I think I pre-ordered NCAA 07, and I got the side, the front plate for it, not side plate, it's front plate.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hard drive on the side.
Yep.
That's on top.
Yeah.
20 gig? It's 20 gigs, I think.
No, I got 100. It's 120 gigabyte.
Oh. Pretty sure the launch one was 20 gig
You
or
see that?
60 gig. I forgot.
Yep.
Barely.
Maybe that was.
It probably
Yeah.
did come with a smaller one. Well, you know what? You could buy the memory cards and you put them in the back too.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was that port, or it says AV port. I could have sworn you put a memory card in the back of this thing. Oh no! It was in the front.
Yeah.
There was a memory unit A and memory unit B.
That's right. And you could throw your saves on there and take off and
Like
bring
the
it to somebody
GameCube.
else's place. Yeah.
Revolutionary, like the GameCube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like the GameCube.
It all came from GameCube.
Mm-hmm. No, 360 was a great console, aside from the ventilation and that led to the red ring of death issues that they had.
Well,
Sure.
Dathan, give us a thumbs up again. I want to see that again.
The emoji
What?
response kicked in. 'Cause
Yeah.
If
Do
you
it, give
hold
us
your
a thumbs
thumb up
up.
long enough, you'll get
The
Maybe.
Apple stuff. Let's see if Eric can trigger it.
I think it's Zoom that does
You
it.
just got it to do that. That's the first time I've ever seen that happen on here.
Yeah.
I have no clue what the
You
hell
were
You weren't
given a
looking.
thumbs up, and a thumbs up emoji showed up.
It was fascinating. And
Christ,
certainly
my
worth
God.
talking about.
Yeah.
I should play the super chat soundboard when that happens.
No.
But yeah, the 360 was good. The other thing that I remember about the 360, which has gotten me primed for laptop gaming, is how blazingly loud the fans were.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So aside from the red
Mhm.
ring of death, which I actually didn't experience, was just how loud the fans were.
Well, my favorite thing about the 360 was, my dad and brother owned a video game store, and we did repairs on them.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
And everybody who would bring in one to be repaired, the moment
Mhm.
we opened up that system,
Just
there would
cra-
just be cockroaches
Yeah,
and other things. And it's like, where are you storing the system when you're playing it? And like, oh, we
Well,
just have
yeah.
it sitting on the floor. It's in carpet and everything.
Uh-huh.
It's like, well, you kind of need to allow the ventilation to have some way to flow out. And so maybe don't stick it on your floor next to the cockroach. nest.
Yeah, directly on the floor is the worst.
Yeah, people did used to keep their consoles just on the floor. They'd drag it out of it'd be hidden in the cabinet, right? And they'd pull it out and lay it on the floor as they were flopping discs in and out.
Do you guys take your consoles that you're using right now and your PC and clean it out once a year? I think that's a good practice everyone should do. Like open it up, get the dirt out, get the dust bunnies out. Just
Cleaned my keyboard this week. I did
There
that.
you go.
Yeah, PC for sure.
I installed an SDD on my PS5, and you have to take the side
Yeah.
plates off for that. And it was almost brand new.
Yeah.
And that was my launch
Nice.
PS5 that I got in
A
20.
lot of it does matter where you're like you were saying, Chris, a lot of it does matter where you're keeping it when it's running, right? Like if it's elevated, if it's on glass, if it's on, things like that.
Do you have
right? It'll be
pets,
in better
Dathan?
condition.
You do have pets?
Mhm.
You have cat or dog
Yep.
or
Mhm.
Both.
Okay. You
My
guys are very
roommate-
clean.
When I lived in Corvallis, my roommate had a PS3, and it died. And we ended up taking it apart and putting the motherboard in the oven. I don't know if you guys remember that trick, but you could reflow the solder by baking it.
Wow. Did it
And
work?
Yeah, for a little bit, but it's just a temporary fix. And then it died again, and then we didn't bother.
The dream is dead.
Yeah. Indeed.
Which one was louder, the 360 or the Dreamcast? I kind of want to
don't-
say the 360 was.
I don't remember the Dreamcast.
360.
360 was loud. I mean, yeah, it was loud.
Yeah.
I had an aftermarket fan on the back of my 360 that clipped in. Yeah, it
Yep,
seems like the
there
360 had there was a couple things that had that.
I remember that too. Yeah.
and
PlayStation, I think, had those too.
there were a lot of machines that broke down because of that fan, because it actually
Yeah,
it
because
blocked.
I think the fan made it. The fan
It blocked
it,
the
it,
natural
it
airflow.
attracted dust. Yeah,
Yeah.
I had one too, and I had it on there for a couple of weeks. And I looked at it, I was like, "There's a lot more dust on here than there was when I didn't have it on there." So I took it off and
Yeah.
threw it away.
Right.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, airflow in PC cases
Yeah.
is a big deal. I mean, airflow in any electronic is a big deal. But I've messed around with it with PCs, and it's a thing for sure.
Travis, you never had Red Ring of Death. Did any of you guys have Red Ring of Death? I
No.
sure did. I had it twice.
I did. I had it once.
Okay. Chris, you never had it?
I don't. Well, no. I'm wrong. I did have it. You're right. And Xbox, I had it when Xbox was in that period of where they were trying to save face. The reason I forget about it is because I think they overnighted me a replacement as I shipped back the one that was Red Ring of Death. So like it was down for maybe a day.
Cool.
You know, like I mean, it was impressive that way that I just got a console with I think proof of purchase, and that was it. And it was just it's on the way. We're shipping you a box to ship the other one back when you get it. So it was like a advanced
I do
RMA.
like one of the advantages of being out here in the Northwest is we're kind of close to Washington if they're sending anything out from, and Nintendo's the same way. Like I've ordered anything directly from Nintendo, I get it like the next day.
Yeah, well, I think they overnighted it at that point. Like I think it was overnight because it was in the beginning, because even when I got that 360, it was one of those cases where everybody wanted one and they were sold out everywhere. I didn't really care, but the fact that everybody wanted one and people were saying that you couldn't get your hands on them sounded like a challenge to me. So I woke up in the morning, like I worked from home at the time. So I woke up and I called this Target that was out on the other side of town. And I just asked them if they had any Xbox 360s. And the guy said, "Oh yeah, I think we just got one this morning." And I was like, "Cool, can you hold it for me?" And he's like, "Well, I'm not supposed to." And I'm like, "I'll be there in 30 minutes, 20 minutes. And he's like, "Yeah, okay." And then he did. He held it. And so I just walked into Target and got a 360 and left, and then called one of my friends and was like, "Yeah, I just picked up one of those 360s, And he was in disbelief that I was able to get one.
That reminds me of a story I want to tell really quick. I work retail, and I think a lot of you guys know this. And one of my responsibilities is I am in charge of all the Hot Wheels shippers that come in my store. And I do the inventory on them, and I do the displays of them. And there's some really serious Hot Wheel collectors out there. Like I'm not into it, but there's a special like mark on the bottom of some of the cards on the package that are worth a lot of money that people sell them for on eBay and whatnot. We actually, and I there's gonna be a big at my store, and this is kind of why there's some YouTubers out there that go into different retail every day, and like this guy PD7, I love him, but like I can never do what he does because like you start to like I don't hate my job, but like I can never go in and do that kind of stuff. But anyway, what happened was I've got like a huge pallet of Hot Wheels in my back room, and Wednesday is my day off. A customer snuck in our back room and opened up my Hot Wheels shippers and went through them. And I think this has been happening for a while, but he finally got caught.
Mm-hmm.
And they kicked him out. And I was really I wish I would have been there, but I kind of know like when I'm not there. I almost felt I think if I was there, I probably would have called the police.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how brazen like those guys are. And I think this happens probably at other places too. And we don't lock them up or anything.
Yeah.
I think our store also has a new Pokemon kiosk where if you want a Pokemon card or a box, you actually have to like a lottery machine. You have to type it in on a touchpad and then Apple Pay or whatever, and it'll come out at the bottom. You can't steal it. The only way to steal them would be to take the whole damn thing. But this guy was I was like, it's just crazy. Like I knew this kind of shit was going on, but I didn't know it was like a customer snuck in a back room and was starting to go through all my Hot Wheels in the back. So that was just fresh on Wednesday. J-Rod, I kept all my Match Bars cars from childhood because my grandmother gave them to me. They're all in special cases that look like race cars, and it's a storage case for all the cars plus all these antique cars. Yeah, that's really cool, dude. It's really cool when you can keep your toys from your childhood. But man, the Hot Wheels collectors, I guess that's a whole nother thing. And I'd like to hear other people, like if that, that kind of shit goes on, and but crazy.
I'm sure it does.
There's some people get to the people working at Target, Best Buy or whatever, I'm sure trying to get the latest console and do some weird stuff. Anyway, any final thoughts before we go, you guys? Good show. Chat's kind of quiet tonight, but that's okay.
Yeah.
J-Rod, I appreciate you being here, bro. I think Meatball Saucy probably fell asleep.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, he said he was signing off.
Oh, okay.
He had to quit.
I need to get Meatball back on.
I just got a special offer from eBay on that Star Trek Sega arcade game I was looking at.
Oh,
$450 off.
Right. I love it when you'll just click on one link on eBay, and then you'll start to get emails every day about the same item. Like, oh, let's lower it by $5. See if that does it for him. Like, oh, come on, Eric, hit the button. You can do it.
Yeah, it's down to $24.50.
So yeah, can you give him make him an offer?
I mean, I could, but I'd have to go out to Pennsylvania or wherever this thing is.
Oh shoot! Yeah.
Rent a U-Haul truck, load it up by myself, drive it across country, unload it by myself.
Yeah, you could. Dathan will go with you. You guys are flying out.
Road trip.
Yeah, you guys are flying out to Chicago to go rent a car. How long is it from Chicago to Pennsylvania?
I don't know. Closer than here.
Exactly. You could film it. I guess you would still have to drive all the way back. That would be a problem.
J-Rod's got all the cool stuff.
That'd make
kids, Transformers, nice.
Yeah, do you have more Transformers than Dathan?
Probably. I don't have
gonna trigger him.
I don't have a ton. No,
you don't have any GoBots, J-Rod?
My other buddy Chris, I guarantee you,
not more than him.
No way, not even close.
A-Team action. Were there A-Team action figures?
Oh yeah,
I don't remember those.
Yeah.
Okay.
They had all the figures, and they had the van. You can get the van.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
There must have been a Mr. T figure.
There were even Magnum PI action figures, if I recall correctly. Like any at that point in the 80s, it was like anything that's on TV, throw an action figure out there.
You want the whole set. It's $850 on eBay.
J-Rod, Meatball Saucy has said in the past he likes Star Trek, so I figured he would have stayed for that part. But maybe he was out at that point.
No, he didn't want any spoilers.
Oh, he didn't want any spoilers. Okay. I'm sorry,
Meatball. Yeah, because he said I haven't watched it yet, so I have to take off.
I'm not sure. I was more of a Decepticons kid. I have all the ones that combine using the 5 that was the one.
Yeah.
I'm sure probably Dathan has it, but the the green and purple Devastator.
Devastator.
That was the one
Devastator.
I always wanted as a kid. Like I remember I had the cement truck and I had the crane or whatever. Yeah,
Scrapper.
but I never
Scrapper.
could
No,
get
that's
all
not-
of them as a
is that
kid.
Scrapper?
You know, like you always wanted to get all of them, and yeah, that would have been cool.
Those were those were notorious back in the day because they weren't very well. There was a manufacturing error with that figure that the joints didn't connect all the way, and they were very, very loose with that whole set. And I think when they did the you could buy them individually, or you could buy the box set. And I think when they had the box set is when they got it fixed. But if you bought them individually, the joints didn't link up together very well.
Yeah, can we share this?
Yeah, they just advertised to me today that so you can hook up, dude. Hook up.
See, the only one I wanted was the Megatron gun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the actual gun.
And then
You know what?
What was it? A year later or so, they changed it where it had like the orange band around it.
Yeah,
So-
you can take that off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can
it's
do
a
it.
pain, but you can do it.
Yeah, if you get the masterpiece version of Megatron, there's instructions on how to remove the marker.
The infuriating thing, and maybe Dathan got it, but there was a Walmart version of this just a couple years ago, and I didn't buy it. I should have, but now it's like $200 or plus if you wanted it. I guarantee you it wasn't that at Walmart.
No, it's the reissue.
Yeah, I would have got
set.
it. They need to do it again.
And I've seen them at conventions before, and they're maybe like $80 to $100.
Okay.
They're not.
All right.
They're not that
I
bad.
would be interested in that if it looks good and clean and.
Yeah, because it's you can probably find them on eBay for probably pretty cheap actually too.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. It's the Stunicons? What the? What's he talking about? You're the Transformer expert, Dathan.
Yeah, just what he said.
I don't know.
They made Bruticus Maximus. Well, not a very good figure.
We need more GoBots.
Too much stuff going on with Bruticus. It's kind of clunky and wasn't. I don't think it's very well made.
Are these the kind of conversations you guys have at the Transformers conventions, or are you like, is it even deeper than this? Like you go into like backstories of different characters, or what's the normal like kind of banter there?
It depends on where
at the convention.
It depends on where.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, it depends on.
Oh,
where
like in the
we're at.
lobby,
Like what
in the
booth?
bathroom.
What booth are we at?
Are we driving
Where,
there?
you know-
Are we in the
Yeah.
hotel getting
Oh,
ready?
who would win in
Are
a
we-
fight? Do you have those kind of conversations? Who would win in a fight?
No.
That would be
Not
good.
really.
I'd be into that.
No, not really. It's more so just about maybe the figures that lead into conversations about their backstory and stuff like that. For the most part, but it's not like who would win in a
Or like
fight, a
which
dragon
version
or,
of the character was the
Yeah.
coolest?
Who would
Robot
win in a
mode
fight?
or car
Optimus
mode? Or
Prime from the movie or the cartoon movie versus Optimus Prime from the Shia LaBeouf movie.
So we don't have conversations like that because it's stupid. It doesn't happen.
Oh, geez. All right.
But there are some characters at these conventions, and it's pretty entertaining. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, that's got to be a lot of the fun, really.
It really is, and you
Yeah.
meet a lot of cool people, and you see the same people, every year repeatedly.
Yeah.
And I just posted on in the Discord that they just announced the one up in Washington that we go to every year, which
Do people
which is really fun.
cosplay as Transformers?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Like How's that?
Mhm.
How do they do that?
They take and it. They
With a
So
lot of
yeah,
cardboard
well, yeah.
boxes.
Don't we have a Ratchet picture somewhere?
somewhere. I have a picture of Chris with Wheeljack, because there was a guy that was Wheeljack, and
Oh, cool.
it was spot on. And if Eric and I saw the band Cybertronic Spree, it's just like that, where they dress up as robot form
They're
Transformers.
awesome. If you get a chance, see Cybertronic Spree. They're great.
Yes, they're fantastic. But yeah, there's some people that cosplay, and it's it's pretty entertaining. It's pretty good. They take a lot of time and a lot of effort. into
Do
it.
they ever combine other pop culture with the Transformers when they cosplay? Like,
Not really. They've pretty much got their mind set on a specific Transformer that they kind of go off of. And like Eric said, there's a lady that does Ratchet every year, and she does it from the G1 cartoon with the
Mhm.
cross and stuff on it. And I'm sure that she makes little improvements every year, but it's.
Are you going to
spot on.
TFCon in LA this year?
No, because they're doing it right
Oh,
after
okay.
Emerald City. The same weekend as Emerald City.
are they even going to be able to do it in LA with all the fires that are going on?
They did make an announcement about that it was going to be happening. So whether that's still continuing, because they're still announcing guests to go, but the guest lineup is pretty lackluster from what I've seen. So I'm not all that upset that I'm going to be missing it, especially since we are going to Chicago to that one instead. But last year was their 40th anniversary, and that was
Right.
the best
I remember
one that
you
everybody
went to that one.
be one to go to.
When did that movie come out? 86. So that's going to be a big anniversary, right? When the next year.
Yeah, 40 years of the movie. Yeah, probably. So they'll probably do something for it at in LA for the 40th for the premiere, and they'll probably show the movie and do all that stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I guess you could. You got a year. You could get your costume ready.
I'm going to
could,
dress
but
up as
could just
Deadpool
go up
as
a bit.
Megatron.
No, you just dress up as Leader One and go with that.
Oh, let's go, bots! I got it.
Exactly. All right. All right. Any other final thoughts before we go? Travis? Good.
Nope.
All right.
No, I'm just gonna hop into the Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Give it a go again.
Chris, anything going on in your channel next week?
Well, I'm going to go see Companion tomorrow night.
Ooh, let us know.
Companion?
I will
The
watch that review.
Companion. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got
So
good reviews.
I'll do that one. And then, no. I've just got my movie reviews. I've kind of stepped away from the games as far as like videos with them because I'm not finding any enjoyment in sitting there talking to myself as I play some game. So,
But you'll watch a Twilight movie and talk to yourself and find enjoyment out of that, huh?
he's like a dog with a bone. He just
No, seriously, no. Like I if you're a new streamer and you gotta talk when you're playing, it's hard, super hard.
Well, you got to be entertaining, otherwise people don't watch you.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I did.
that's right.
I did try a little social experiment with Twitch. I had it up for 72 hours straight. Just said, "Be right back."
Did you get anybody?
People kept popping on there, but I don't quite understand how Twitch works. So I don't know how many people actually like stuck around or did anything with the channel. But yeah, for 72 hours, it just said, "Be right back." And there was no sound, no nothing. It was just "Be right back."
That's funny.
And so I might try that again, throw it up there and let it go for a week this time instead of 72 hours.
There you go. All right, let us know how it goes. All right, that's all I got, guys. Good show. Yeah, we'll see if anything gets announced for Nintendo Direct next week, and I know we're still waiting on PlayStation to do something too. I think there is going to be some kind of Capcom presentation about Monster Hunter. I'm not so much into that, but they might be announcing the date for some of the fighting games next week, for one of or the fighting collection too. So that's all I really know about. But yeah, we should be here next week. And appreciate all you guys. Give us a like if you lasted this long, and consider subscribing if you're not already to Chris's channel for sure, and mine too. And hopefully, no more arcade one-ups crap out this week. And that's all I got. Dathan needs to come down here and pick up NBA Jam.
I'll get there.
Okay.
Busy guy. Body hurts all the time, so this is what it
The
is.
dream is dead.